Stop walking immediately if you're over 60 because what I'm about to reveal will shock you. Your ankles don't fail while you're walking. They fail before the first step even begins, and that's exactly why walking more often is actually making your balance worse, not better, while doctors watch seniors fall every single day because nobody taught them the 3 simple chair exercises that strengthen weak ankles before you walk and reduce full risk by over 40%, according to research that the medical industry has been hiding from you. Here's something critically important that most people over 60 are never told clearly. Balance does not start at your hips, and it does not start at your knees. It starts at your ankles, and more specifically at the tiny muscles on the front of your lower leg that lift your toes. And after 60, these muscles weaken quietly without any warning signs until one day you're walking and your foot simply doesn't clear the floor. And that's not clumsiness, that's ankle signal. Failure that happens because the connection between your feet and your brain has slowed down to the point where your body can no longer save itself from falling. A 2020 study from Harvard Medical School examined the ankle muscle response times in adults over 65, and researchers found something absolutely terrifying. Delayed toe lift activation was strongly linked to tripleated falls even in seniors who walked every single day, meaning people were active and exercising regularly but still completely unstable. Because walking is rhythmic and predictable, and your feet land the same way over and over without any sudden demand for fast correction, which is the exact opposite of real life, where you stumble slightly, your foot lands awkwardly, your weight shifts faster than expected, and your ankles must react in a fraction of a second or you're going down hard. The first life-saving exercise is the seated toe pullback, and this movement trains a connection most people don't even realize they're losing after 60, because when you pull your toes back toward your shin while seated, you activate the anterior tibialis muscle, which is responsible for lifting the front of the foot, playing a critical role in foot clearance, reaction timing, and ankle stability, and more importantly, it sends fast feedback to your brain that helps your body correct a wobble before it becomes a devastating fall that shatters your hip and steals your independence forever. A 2021 study from the University of Queensland found that seniors who performed controlled toe lift exercises just 3 times per week improved ankle reaction speed by over 32% in only 6 weeks. Not by walking more, but by retraining the ankle-to-brain connection directly, which is exactly why physical therapists often start fall prevention programs at the ankle instead of the hips, like most people incorrectly assume. To perform this correctly, sit on a sturdy chair with feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, sit tall without slouching. Keep your heels firmly on the ground, slowly pull your toes back toward your shins, lifting them as high as you comfortably can until you feel the muscles along the front of your lower legs working intensely. Hold that position for 2 to 3 seconds, then slowly lower your toes back down, because that slow controlled return keeps the nervous system engaged and improves the control that saves you from falling performing. 10 to 12 slow, deliberate repetitions for 1 to 2 sets while avoiding common mistakes like lifting the heels, jerking the movement, rushing through the hold, or holding your breath. The second critical exercise is ankle reaction taps, and this movement trains something walking almost completely. Ignores how fast your ankles react when balance is suddenly challenged, because after 60, balance doesn't usually fail because the legs are too weak. It fails because the reaction arrives too late by just a fraction of a second. That makes the difference between catching yourself and crashing to the floor with a broken hip that puts you in a nursing home for the rest of your life. A 2019 study from the University of Michigan examined fall incidents in adults over 65, and researchers found that delayed ankle response time was one of the strongest predictors of falls, stronger than leg strength or walking endurance, meaning people didn't fall because they couldn't move. They fell because their ankles couldn't react fast enough to save them. And a 2021 study from the University of Copenhagen showed that seniors who practiced controlled ankle reaction drills 3 times per week improved balance recovery speed by over 35% in just 8 weeks, not by moving longer, but by reacting faster. To perform ankle reaction taps correctly, sit on a sturdy chair with feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, sit tall with shoulders relaxed, lift one foot slightly off the floor, then gently tap the toes down and lift them again as if you're responding to a quick signal. Tap lifts in a light, controlled, responsive rhythm that's not sloppy or rushed. Performing the taps for about 10 to 15 seconds on one foot, then switching to the other side for 2 to 3 rounds per foot. Avoiding common mistakes like slamming the foot down, rushing so fast that control is lost, tensing the leg, or holding your breath, because the nervous system learns best when the body stays relaxed and controlled. The third and most important exercise is the chair-supported heel raise hold, and this is the movement orthopedic surgeons prioritize above all others when it comes to preventing falls after 60, because if there is one single moment that decides whether balance is recovered or a fall becomes unavoidable, it's the instant your heel lifts. Your body weight shifts forward and your ankles must stabilize everything underneath you without any step to save you. Most people think falls happen because legs are weak, but surgeons know the devastating truth: serious falls usually happen because the ankles fail to hold, not because they failed to move. And a 2020 study from King's College London examined lower limb control during falls in adults over 65 and found that poor ankle holding endurance was one of the strongest predictors of serious falls. Stronger than leg strength, walking speed, or flexibility, proving that it's not how far you can walk, but how well your ankles can hold your body weight. Without movement, that determines whether you stay independent or end up in assisted living. A 2022 study from the University of Sydney found that seniors who practice sustained heel raise holds just 3 times per week improved ankle stability and postural control by over 40% in 8 weeks. Not by moving more, but by holding better, which is exactly why this exercise is considered non-negotiable by every orthopedic surgeon who treats seniors after devastating falls. To perform the chair-supported heel raise hold correctly, stand behind a sturdy chair and lightly hold the backrest with one or both hands for safety, not support. Place your feet hip width apart, standing tall with eyes forward. Slowly lift your heels off the ground, rising onto the balls of your feet. Then hold without rushing, without bouncing, without gripping the chair tightly, while breathing normally in. Feeling steady calf engagement and ankle stabilization with subtle balance corrections happening automatically. Holding this position for 10 to 20. Then slowly lowering your heels back to the floor under complete control for 2 to 3 holds of 1 to 2 sets. Now, here's exactly what I need you to do right now. Smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, because every video I release contains surgeon-approved exercises that could save you from the devastating falls that destroy independence and put seniors in nursing homes every single day. Drop a comment below telling me your age and where you're watching from, because I personally read every single comment, and your engagement helps this video reach more seniors who desperately need this life-saving information. Share this video immediately with everyone over 60 you care about, because they deserve to know that walking more is actually making their balance worse, while these 3 simple chair exercises done for just 5 minutes daily can reduce fall risk by over 40%. And hit that like button, because every like helps this video reach more seniors who are currently one stumble away from a fall that could end their independence forever. You don't need long workouts to protect your balance. Just 5 minutes a day with these 3 chair-based exercises is enough. To keep your reaction sharp and your ankles reliable after 60, independence isn't about walking longer, it's about staying upright when there is no step to save. You may God bless you, my friend, and I'll see you in the next video.